Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Kulls, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
Hey, it's middle of the week, folks. Wednesday, hump day, hump day. Let's get it.
Ready.
So, how you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, man. I can't believe October is going by this fast. It's like it just got here. Now it's almost, we're 3/4 the way through here.
Yeah, it
22nd.
is.
Can't believe it. 22nd already.
It's almost November.
Won't
Like,
be
I'm
long.
looking at all these Halloween decorations, not realizing we're only, 9 days out from Halloween.
Well, my youngest son, Andy, he was complaining about the Christmas decorations are already up in a lot of the stores. And he said, it's not even Halloween yet. And I told him, I said, have you ever seen This is a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
So,
Same deal.
quick note, for those who are not subscribed to that channel, you can click that QR code over on the right-hand side of the
Okay,
display, and that will bring you right to the subscribe button. Later on, I'll have a link for the books, but right now, if you haven't subscribed, that is the place to be at. But anyway, what an interesting week this has been. Of course, the elbow,
It works.
kind of on the fritz, but
That's cool.
we're muscling through it. But yeah,
Well,
it's
colder
been
weather.
rainy. It's been,
Yeah.
but like today, it was rainy during the morning, and when I went to work, it was fine. So
Yeah. Cold weather and rainy, wet weather. Boy, that makes aging fun, doesn't it? It really does.
And we want to say hello to everybody in our chat tonight. And I see first in was Mick, of course. Mick in the house. Roy Longley from the... Roy Longley says he's not socialist, he's just anti-social. Grant Rosh is in the house. Ammon Chris. Karen Fisher. Hello.
Karen?
Sandra Piper. Good to see you again, my friend. Now we have Goonie Goo Goo. Hello.
Goonie Goo Goo. Okay.
Michael
know who
Williams.
that is.
Hello.
Mike, listen.
Reverend Quantum Bigfoot. Hello.
Hey, Rev.
Sally, what's going on, kiddo?
Sally.
Who else we got? I guess that's it for right now. But I got to tell you, tonight's show got pointed out to me by a good friend, Mike Tinsley, who said, you got to check this out. It's kind of weird. And I don't really want to give much attention to this YouTube channel. It's a podcast. It only has like 326 subscribers. And apparently one of the hosts was like the producer of the documentary Super Size Me, with the late Morgan.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. What was that, guys?
With the late Morgan Spurlock, who died a couple of years ago, unfortunately passed.
Yeah. Daggone it. I didn't know that.
Ward
I remember that documentary.
Wolf Lordbrand.
Yeah.
I don't know
Welcome.
who that is. Kathy Zabrowski, good to see you.
Kathy?
Gary Johnson Sr., Walter Kroll, John Sasquatch Wizard, Adirondacks, Donnie Weeks in the house. There they all are.
Everybody
checking it out.
everybody, YouTube user. Yeah, Danny, we know.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. But, yeah, everybody's filing in. You guys come on in. Welcome. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
So anyway, yeah, so this podcast is...
Bigfoot is a conspiracy
Well,
theory and
they
a
are,
socialist.
they lean a certain way politically, and they
Bigfoot
call
is
their
a
show the
socialist?
Bigfoot Manifesto.
Well,
And they try to compare Bigfoot and other conspiracy theorists and theories and try to lump them all together and try to generalize it. So some of the key issues with their videos are the video seems to lump a wide array of phenomena, Bigfoot sightings, economic beliefs like trickle-down theory, conspiracy movements under one umbrella. And while there may be some common psychological or sociological patterns, treating them as essentially the same risks ignoring important differences in how and why people believe them. And in short, just because two beliefs share some features, example, distrust of institutions, doesn't mean they're the same kind of belief with the same causes or effects. Video implies that certain political, economic beliefs are analogous to belief in Bigfoot or conspiracies because the same distrust or same heuristics lead to them, but the mechanisms might differ. For example, belief in Bigfoot may be driven by a personal anecdote, a personal sighting, media sensationalism, or misidentified wildlife.
Right.
Belief in trickle-down economics could be driven by a mix of ideology, economic interests, and, of course, data interpretation or political messaging. Yeah. So there's totally different reasons why people believe in that. One of their claims is belief in fringe phenomena, like Bigfoot or conspiracy theories, shares the same psychological root as the same belief in mainstream political or economic theories. And what the video suggests is that the same kind of cognitive or emotional impulses underlie belief in Bigfoot or the belief in things like unproven economic theories, or, it's just they oversimplify causes. And the risk of false equivalence. If you believe this economic model, you may be different from someone who thinks Bigfoot is under their bed. It's just,
If there's something moving around under there, it's probably Bigfoot.
Right.
Yeah.
Another claim they make is that media and cultural factors that amplify fringe beliefs also amplify certain political or economic ideologies. And while social media, and to some extent, I believe that could be, that social media spins up everything. It doesn't matter if it's in Bigfoot or whatever. I just don't understand that, for whatever reason, because they lean a certain way, they feel they're above that. And that's simply not the truth. I have met people from all sides of the political spectrum that believe in Bigfoot.
Yep.
It does not matter. And in fact, that's why we keep politics out of the gears of this show.
Yes. Bigfoot does not care how you're registered to vote. If you see one in the field, you see one, and it doesn't matter. He didn't check your voter affiliation. It's not required.
And the thing is Bigfoot is not a conspiracy theory. Yes, there are some subcultures in the Bigfoot community that believe that there is a conspiracy. I am not one of them. But they kind of lump this conspiracy theory into all people that believe in Bigfoot. But a conspiracy theory, by definition, is an allegation that a coordinated group of people is secretly controlling or hiding information for malicious or deceptive reasons. Example, the moon landing was faked. The Kennedy assassination. And now we even have stuff about the assassination, conspiracy theory run amok about the assassination that happened just a couple of months ago. So, but however, the Bigfoot phenomenon, the core premise is that there is a possible relic hominid species that exists. Not that there is some group, trying to control it. Right? And conspiracy theories you cannot test. The Bigfoot phenomenon is testable.
Yeah.
Tracks, evidence, DNA, morphology, stuff like that.
Oh, man.
Remember, Bigfoot evidence is more empirical than conspiracy theory. because let's look at the last word in conspiracy theory. It's theory. Whereas we have a lot of theories in the Bigfoot community about what it may be, what it is, but we base that theory, or we should be basing those theories, not on the word of some kook who says that they're the Janu or Tracheon, but about the evidence. That's what Dr. Meldrum, Dr. Krantz, Dr. Bindernagel taught us while they were on this planet. And many conspiracy theories, rely on insinuation. I'll give you a great case that I just got finished reading a book called In the Shadow of the Bridge, and it was about the Delphi murders. And in case people don't know what that is, you might be living under a rock these last, 7 years. But a couple of young children on a hike in Indiana in Delphi were on a hike, and they were disappeared. And the next morning they found their bodies. They were not alive, and they were, murdered. Let's not shriek away from that. The sad thing about it is that once, after many years, in fact, there was again, when you have an investigation that lacks sometimes transparency, and when you have an investigation that has so many moving parts that something really major got overlooked, like, for example, this gentleman who said he was there at the time in the park.
Right.
They interviewed like 4 or 5 different women that were in the park, 6 women that were in the park around the time of the murder. And they interviewed this guy that was there as well. Well, for some reason, his contact card got stamped cleared, and he wasn't. And the person who was volunteering, she was a retiree in her 60s, who was volunteering at the command center, where they would get all the tips while they were moving their command center. And she was going through everything. And she goes, and she knew the case better than anybody. She was a retired social services investigator.
Right.
Did child abuse cases. She said, wait a minute. I've never heard of this guy being cleared. Right. So she passed it off to the investigator, one of the investigators. And eventually they sat the guy down. And when he described and mind you, the reason why this got so much attention was these are referred to as the Snapchat murders, or because one of the girls had captured a video of the alleged killer, the guy known as Bridge Guy. And when they interviewed this guy, later known as Richard Allen, they asked him what he was wearing, and he describes the exact thing Bridge Guy was wearing. Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't they, it's been a while, Steve, but didn't they like trace his whereabouts through his cell phone or something, his different locations?
Well, that was the thing. They couldn't. They couldn't ping. They couldn't get a ping on a cell phone. Of course, this is years later, but they have all the data.
Right.
So it's like, the interesting thing is, he claimed he didn't see the girls because he was busy looking at his stocks on his phone. But they could never find his phone being pinged there. He left his phone at home, so he couldn't be traced there.
Okay.
But you see, when you're asked years later,
yes,
right, you forget.
Yeah, there was something
Right.
Oh no, I was on my phone, and then he didn't have his phone because they checked from the records. Yeah.
But let me fast forward. What does this have to do with this? They eventually arrest the gentleman. And again, it's all about transparency.
Yep.
That's why it's really important. And this is something, and it's a fine line when you're doing a criminal investigation. Fine line. And I'll tell you why. Because the last thing you want, like the John Benet Ramsey case, which had a lot of publicity and a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
You got that kook that came forward living over in Thailand saying, oh, and he was an American expatriate, said, I was the guy who did it. And they interviewed the guy and it turned out he was lying.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why a lot of times they hold back information. Well, the unfortunate thing in Delphi, they were holding back other than the picture of the bridge guy,
Right.
which was a still edit from the original video. Now all the stuff is out there full blast, and you realize when you see this bridge guy, you realize he's only about 20 feet behind one of the girls when they actually videoed this.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you don't have that kind of transparency, people get conspiracy theories thought.
Right.
Right? They found a bullet, an unspent bullet, near the bodies. Turns out that bullet, tool markings, when you rack it, matches the tool markings of a gun owned by Richard Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right?
Yeah. Oh, man. And if it hadn't been for this 60-year-old lady who was basically, she was retired and like a volunteering for that.
She was volunteering.
dude.
She was volunteering 40, 60 hours a week.
Yeah. If it hadn't been for her, he would have gotten away with it.
See, her husband passed away.
Yeah.
So she went, she said, I'm going to just do this. And she did.
Yeah. Mick says, on the other hand, Steve, if a guy tells you that his neighbor's dog told him to do it, you've got your man. No conspiracy theory.
No, that Mick, that would be David Berkowitz, and he eventually admitted that was all baloney. He was just making that up to try for an insanity plea.
Took his orders from the dog.
And there's a lot of conspiracy going on that there was some blood pattern on the tree, which was caused by one of the girls touching the tree with a bloody hand.
Yeah.
And of course, all these people started saying, without the police coming out and saying why that happened.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of people claiming this is Odinists. These are pagan symbols. These are Odinists. And they started this big conspiracy. There were sites and people on YouTube podcasts saying that Richard Allen is an innocent man. Right?
Oh, man.
And not that this guy, did what he did to two little girls.
Right. Well, because the investigations are secretive, they can't release the information on an ongoing investigation, and that leads to speculation, and then the speculation leads to woohoo.
Right now, this is a great example of what these guys are trying to put out there. Right. We've seen that happen in the Bigfoot community. The Erickson Project, for example, we've talked about them in the past. Actually, I think we just talked about them on the last show or so.
Yeah.
And that was so secretive that there was all kinds of conspiracy theories going on about that. But that's what happens when you maintain secrecy. People begin to spin. And yes, it's true. Social media is an amplification node. And that is, but that's not common because conspiracy theories are common. That's common with everything. I'll give you a great example. The Conjuring House GoFundMe. It's going viral. People are contributing. People are, and that has not. It's just a mechanism. Social media is a mechanism that amplifies things. It doesn't have to be because it's a conspiracy theory.
Well, that's the thing, though. I think because of social media, people will take a high-profile case like this one was, and then put their own little spin to it in order to get clicks and views and make money from it. Regardless whether what they're really selling is, worth 2 cents or not, or just some kind of woo-woo.
Hey, Corncob Say is in the house, and want to pull up Reverend Quantum Bigfoot's question there.
Does pagan include
pagan?
Wicca?
I think he meant pagan.
Oh, okay. Does pagan include Wicca? Reason I ask, his wife is Wicca, and I get a little scared at some of the things she says in tones I don't understand.
No, they are separate, but
I think so. Yeah.
My advice is listen to the wife.
Yes.
Whenever she says yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Well, the wife is always correct. Once you understand this, you will have a very happy marriage. Constantly. Whatever she says, you're right, honey. You're right. Even if you know it's wrong, just go ahead. You're right.
And Mick is having a little internet issues.
But yeah, I think I think it would be considered a pagan thing, because anything that's not Christian is considered pagan, I believe.
No, there is a difference between Wicca and paganism.
Oh, is there?
Paganism is a religion unto itself.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's aren't those the people that built Stonehenge or something? I don't know. Maybe it's not my country. I don't know, but
maybe that's a question Reverend Quantum Bigfoot can answer because that's his country.
Hey, we have a Stonehenge in Kentucky too, by the way.
Hello, Ohio Bigfoot researchers. Good to see you in the house. Welcome. And if you haven't subbed again, folks, hit that QR code in the upper right-hand part of your screen. That'll take you right to the subscribe button. Bang, you're in.
Right on the camera of your smartphone, and I tried it with mine there at the beginning of the show. It works.
Okay, there you go, man. Wicca is actually a pagan religion, but not all pagans are Wiccans, but I guess all Wiccans are pagans. I don't know.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
I just don't get it.
Religion is something, I usually don't discuss much because it makes people mad. Makes people angry.
The Reverend says, I have no idea who built Stonehenge other than they were bloody strong to move those slabs of rock.
Evidently, yeah.
Evidently.
Yeah, the one in Kentucky, I think it took a backhoe in order to lift those things. Yeah. Some heavy machinery. But the wife is Buddhist and I'm Baptist, so we don't discuss religion much.
You mind we mix those and call him a Booptist?
Yeah.
Mike Nation. Hello, Mike Nation. Good to see you. So the echo chamber, the whole idea is that no, everything gets blasted through. Not only, to me, this is where they go off cue. It's, one of the commonalities is social media will blow these things up. And, social media blows up everything what they want to blow up.
Boris reminded me it was the Druids, maybe that supposedly built Stonehenge, maybe. Don't know.
And there are several sociological reasons why Bigfoot gets lazily thrown into conspiracy theory and conspiracy thinking. Is guilt by association. Pop culture groups, Bigfoot, UFO, ghost, and flat Earth. Together for convenience, despite their very different evidentiary bases. Bigfoot, UFOs, and ghosts are based on people seeing things and evidence being presented. Flat Earth and other stuff, moon landing, that stuff is based on just conjecture. It's not even based on science. The science has just been disproven for some of it.
Right.
Institutional fear of ridicule because funding and tenure depend on mainstream consensus. Academics usually avoid association, so they deflect it by calling it conspiratorial. Right? Epistemic overcorrection. In trying to guard against pseudoscience, skeptics sometimes lump all minority hypotheses together, even if those are testable. And media simplification. Outlets prefer Bigfoot believers versus science. It sells better than a nuanced discussion of field evidence and morphological data. Simple. Doesn't sell. Let's keep the fight. Right? The accurate classification should be the Bigfoot phenomenon is a field of cryptozoological and anthropological investigation into the evidence of possible unrecognized species of North America, primate or hominin. Even though hominins are primate, it involved testable claims about anatomy, behavior, ecology, and biogeography, not hidden plots or mass deception. The statement aligns with scientific epistemology, observation, hypothesis testing, and replication, the exact opposite of conspiracy thinking. Now, let me say a couple of things on conspiracy theory. Not all, because you have a theory and there's a conspiracy, does that, everybody lumps that in with a negative connotation. What happened with the UAP phenomenon?
Yeah.
Whoops. We actually are studying this thing. We've spent $22 million back in the late 2010s to study this. Well, you said for years you guys weren't studying, including this big Air Force hubbub you guys had a few years back about stuff, saying you weren't doing it, but you got caught with your pants down.
Yes. And at that time, the
so
government
that conspiracy theory proved to be,
right.
True.
All those drones over New Jersey and New York, yeah, they were saying, the government at the time was saying, oh, no, there's nothing to see here. No, we're not doing anything. And then we find out later, yes, they were. Yes, they were doing stuff, and they did know about it, but they were just freaking lying to our faces, treating us like we're ignorant, stooges. No, we're not doing anything. Yes, you were. You liars. How dare you lie to me? That makes me so angry. But I guess that's nothing uncommon for those people.
The Kennedy assassination. There's another one where the House Committee on Select Assassinations ruled that they no longer believe that Oswald acted alone. Another conspiracy theory but you'll still hear media still try to pawn it off as the lone gun guy.
Right.
Now, could a guy, and that's just based on, but that's based on evidence. It's based on acoustics. It's based on testing. It was based on, they took the science to the field and they tested it.
Yeah.
Right. And the other hand, the UAP, it was blown up by whistleblowers.
Yeah.
So there are differences.
Yeah, Kaiju Ninja Pop brings up a good one. So the same government who said Roswell was a downed weather balloon. Yes, those liars.
After saying it was a downed flying saucer.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Right. Exactly.
Then they came back when, I don't know, when Clinton was president, I think, and what was the thing that Roswell case closed or something? They said, well, okay, we lied back then. It really wasn't a weather balloon. It was Project Mogul. Yeah. Okay, you know what? They're probably lying again,
Right.
After somebody lies to you so many times, when can you trust them? The answer is never.
Right.
Never. You can forgive them. Oh, I forgive you for lying to me. But do I trust a word that comes out of your mouth from now on? Never will again. Right. Never. Fool me once. Shame on you. Man.
Yeah.
That's another theory there, Rev. Yeah. I don't know. You can go there. Check out that. Go to actually, instead of Roswell, it's closer to.
Now, here's the other thing. There was the Kecksburg crash, Pennsylvania. And a lot of people saw the military cart something off. But what that was, could that have been a Russian satellite?
Yes, very well could have been.
But my problem with that is, when have you seen a satellite come down with such a big hunk that you need to track it off with a tractor trailer?
That's true. Yeah,
right.
No, mostly if satellites come down, it's
pieces. Yeah. Right.
There's a piece. Right. There's a piece.
Right. This thing came down intact. I don't think so.
Now, what about, could it have been one of the Russian orbiters that had a dog in it, or one of their less lucky first astronauts that we never heard anything about that was
Corncob said it was a Russian satellite, but the problem is, let's think about that for a second, Corncob. The space shuttle, Columbia, right?
Yeah.
That burned up in our atmosphere. They didn't find anything intact in it, did they?
Yeah, a few pieces of black.
Yeah, pieces here,
Yeah.
piece there. Maybe you'll find like an aerodynamic wing that may, well, you know, so, I mean, some of the pieces, I think the biggest pieces were like 3 or 4 feet big.
Yeah, pretty small.
Right, that's not the Challenger. The Challenger blew up before it got out of our atmosphere. You have to look at something that came in from the atmosphere. Skylab,
Yeah.
huge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That came down in pieces, right? So why would this Russian satellite come down in such a big solid piece like that? It didn't. It's something more to it. But you see, that is a story that they will pan off, and that's, instead of saying, yes, it was a Russian satellite, here it is, look, take a pic, you know, we'll take pictures of it, right?
Yeah.
Because they found Russian things before and said, hey, look, we got this, we got that.
We'll never know. We'll never know what it is.
Right.
What it was. We'll never know. I do have hope for the government being a little more honest with us, but they'll never truly be honest with us.
Well, there's a lot of infighting going on. Congress wants to know, and the agencies that have guarded these secrets for years are pushing back.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, if you read Elizondo's book and others as well, not just Elizondo, I'm quoting several sources, that there is a very strong evangelical presence in the government, in some of those positions of power, that will refuse that. They don't want that to get out because it contradicts what their religion says. When the Vatican itself said that life may exist on other planets.
Yeah, I'd rather have transparency.
Yep, I agree.
There's some things that, okay, we can't know everything that our government does because our government does a lot of bad things to keep us safe. And some of those things you probably don't want to know about, but they do. But, things like this, if something crashed in Roswell and there were little green men aboard, they should tell everybody, hey, dudes, keep an eye out. There's little green men flying around here.
Kaiju asks, I don't really kind of frame that question. Does that apply to Bigfoot? What exactly applies to Bigfoot? Religious aspects. I don't think it has a place. I don't think it has a place. I'm looking at it, and it's a fine line to walk, but, I don't want to get into religion, but they said, God created the world in, basically 6 days and took the 7th day off. Yes. And that's why Sunday is a day of rest.
Yes. And
but
there's all kind of animals in the world.
But what's a day to God?
Yeah. Well,
right. Could our evolutionary process be that construction?
That's a debate.
Yeah, that's a debate.
The thing is, though,
but I'm going to stick to the fossil records right now and all that stuff, right?
The Bible does mention that these creatures were created, okay, and it doesn't list everything that was created
or how it was created,
or how,
and that's the big thing right there. That's right there.
The Bible does also mention hairy folks, okay, hairy people,
but they died after the flood, the 40-day and 40-night flood. They all perished,
as far as we know. Okay,
well,
see, that's the thing. Did they? I don't know.
Well, they weren't creatures. They were supposedly demonic, the son of.
We really need Melba Ketchum on here to continue this conversation on that.
No.
Yes, it's angel DNA.
Well, pretty soon Dogman's going to be angel DNA too.
But I don't think Bigfoot would go anything against the Bible. Okay, it would prove that there are other species that walk on 2 legs, but the Bible doesn't say that no other species can walk on 2 legs other than man. No, it doesn't say anything like that. Bigfoot are not excluded. They're not. But now, if your religion teaches you that, we are alone in the universe, and, that maybe the leaders wouldn't want you to know that UFOs exist, or what are the UAPs or whatever they're calling them now.
Well, everybody remembers the, well, maybe they don't, because the Snopes trial. Snopes or Scopes. I think it was the Snopes trial. And that goes back to the 1930s, 40s.
I think it's Snopes, I think.
Snopes, yeah.
Yeah,
it's where the
monkey
guy
trial,
was trying to, it was a teacher who was teaching evolutionary science.
Yes.
And boy, there was a big row. There was a trial and everything. And
yeah. That was somewhere in Tennessee, I think. Let me look it up real quick. I'm gonna try to find this.
well,
Scopes.
okay, pull up Kaishu's.
It was Scopes.
Pull up Kaishu's comment, Chris.
Yeah, it was just like the mouthwash Scopes. Okay, I thought that was right. Where is Kaiju's comment? Oh, where'd it go?
It's a little bit up.
Whoa.
Right there, I got it.
Yeah, got it. Get it, man.
Go ahead, read that out there.
Kaiju Ninja says, what I mean is, you said parts of the government might be covered by evangelicals. So would they try to protect knowledge about Bigfoot?
Why would they do that? When you have chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and all the other, all that evidence is already out there.
Yeah, no reason to.
No reason to, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they're trying to hide evolution, then they would have done that with Dr. Jane Goodall. And not the late Dr. Jane, but also Dr. George Schaller.
These creatures are not going to be a missing link between humans and ape either. No, they're going to be their own species. So, our
I'm still leaning towards Paranthropus.
Yeah.
I'm still leaning that they
possibly could have got a little bigger. Yeah.
A relative of the Paranthropus. That's where I'm going, because I think the Gigantopithecus looks too Artipithecine.
Yeah.
So I just don't think.
Well, the Giganto, that was the size.
Thank you,
Everybody
Scopes trial. Thank you, Grass. It was Scopes. So it's like,
yes.
you know what it is I'm confusing Snopes, the website, with Scope. It's the Scopes trial.
Me too.
And if anybody has never seen it, want to learn about it, there is an old movie. I don't know if it was the 60s or. It has Spencer Tracy, Claude Akins. Remember, Claude Akins was Sheriff Lobo.
It's a black and white movie. It's
black and white.
It's probably on Turner Classic Movies somewhere.
Who's the guy that played? It's Anthony Perkins, Gregory Peck. Anthony Perkins was the teacher. Gregory Peck was his attorney. Spencer Tracy was the prosecuting attorney, and Claude Akins was the very unhappy person in the town. And the movie is called Inherit the Wind.
It's been a long time ago, but I remember seeing it. It's good.
Yeah, great movie. Well, Mick, go ahead, pull up Mick's comment there.
Yeah, Mick says, Steve, several years ago, I got into a heated discussion online with evangelical who insisted that Sasquatch was demonic. He believed that they should all be exterminated.
Yeah, well, I've heard that about, people believing that UFO sightings, and if people see aliens or have, they're demonic.
No.
Yeah, and that's what those people are going to run. To them, it's black and white. You're not going to change their mind. They've been steeped in those beliefs for years. It's not even bothering to get into discussion with them. Oh, you're one of those? Thank you very much. I deal with the real world. I deal with science. I deal with I can touch and I feel. Do I believe in God? Yes. But, as far as that, no. Sally, pull up Sally's comment.
One of the conspiracy theories I've heard is that the government doesn't want to deal with religious upheaval in the U.S. If Bigfoot are proven real because it will prove evolution to those in denial of it.
Again, same thing. The chimpanzees, you don't hear people running around in kerfuffle that their DNA is only at most 2.5% off from ours. You don't hear people in a kerfuffle of it. Let's think about this too. The U.S. Congress, the U.S. government has admitted UAPs are real. right? Put that in your mind, right? Growing up as a kid, the government, oh, no, that doesn't exist. Now they're saying they're real. Do you see an upheaval of people? Do you see people not going to work? Do you see people running? The aliens are coming. No. You know, it's...
The aliens go get me.
Right.
That's okay. Well, I just hope they're well armed if they invade Kentucky because, you know, we will resist. Well, they already have. 1955 Hopkinsville. What was that? Can't remember the name. It was some relation to...
Pull up Ohio
Barton Miller.
Bigfoot researchers comment, too, since we're on this topic.
Oh, Ohio Bigfoot says many book and writing were...
Burned back in the Romans.
Burned back in the Romans.
Paul, I think he meant. So
Yeah,
they
Paul,
could control
so they-
people. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Bible was written by people.
Yeah. Well, you know, that was the big thing then, you know, oh, well, the Christianity was taken over, so they had to, that was a direct threat.
Chris, you know what we're going to do? We're going to open up the phone lines.
Sure, let's do that, man. We got a lot of cool discussions going on already, man. We could just bring somebody else in on this.
So the phone lines are open. Let's see if we get another good day of the phone lines. Everything should be working well. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about. You know, conspiracy theory, Bigfoots. And definitely Bigfoot is not a socialist. I don't know why these people, well, probably because they're leaning as socialist. So they want to, you know, call big, you know, there was a very interesting Bigfoot sign behind the guy.
Yeah, I don't think Bigfoot really adheres to politics. That's something that we would do in the civilized world. Supposed civilized.
Right, grass, ryan green is people, yes.
Yes.
But
and people were waiting for it too. They were demanding Soylent Green because they liked it better than the blue and the red. Remember?
no,
pretty
I don't think I've watched Soylent Green. I watched parts of it, but I was like,
oh man, dude, that had the president of the NRA there for a long time. Charlton Heston was in that. It's a good movie. Oh, it had oh gosh, what was the gangster guy that I can't, like, the brain's not working, but the guy that played all those cool gangster movies, he was in there too. I'm gonna have to
great study. Sasquatch made a really great comment.
Gotta look it up. That's going to bother me.
Right.
Go ahead, bring it up, Steve. Bring it up. I'm gotta look this up. That's going to bother me if I don't.
Recent genomic studies show a total difference of about 18% of their genes differ from ours. They did a secret, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what necessarily they're talking about. Chimpanzees, perhaps, prior to the come to 2%.
Edwin G. Robinson was the other actor I couldn't think of that was in Soylent Green. He was, you know, great, but he made a lot of the old gangster movies.
The chimps.
Awesome. Yeah, the chimps are basically us. Basically, just, you know, a small percentage difference.
Well, he's saying that it's grown, but still, I'm not so sure they've accepted that because they're still saying to, you know, very small.
That's the thing, you know, they find Sasquatch, reportedly, Sasquatch DNA, and then they say, well, this evidently has been contaminated because it has, it shows human genomes in here. Well, no, it's going to show human genomes because we're constructed really close. We have, you know, 2 arms and 2 legs, and just like chimpanzees, so we're going to be close.
So if anybody wants to call in, the phone lines are open, 518-855-1450.
You need to call and check, make sure if it's working, Steve.
No, everything's working.
Okay. But that's why, like, some of the older Sasquatch DNA things were kicked out because they thought it was human DNA.
So pull up Kaiju Ninja's comment.
Kaiju Ninja says, Steve and Chris, did you see the new Cabin in the Woods video where Bill Munn says Roger supposedly filmed Bob H. in an ape suit for his documentary, but they scrapped it. What are your thoughts? I have not seen that. I have not. Steve, have you seen it?
No, I have not seen that.
No. Odd that we're just now finding out about this.
So here's the thing. I was in a very nice conversation with Cabin in the Woods. Said, "Oh yeah, I'll come on your show, but it's too short notice for tonight." Blah blah blah. I said, "Well, tell me when." And I said, I don't agree with you on certain things, but we are, we'll give you your say, we'll give you your turn. We act respectable. We just want to question, have a conversation about things. And never heard from him again. Isn't that telling, right? Isn't that telling?
Mm-mm.
Do I think I'll hear from him again? No.
Mm.
He started looking up saying, and me calling him out for misquoting somebody and then deleting that comment from the person he misquoted.
I'm not aware of Bill Munn saying anything like that.
Me
because I don't think he would. I'm sorry.
You know what?
No.
I may have to call Bill Munn.
Let's see if we can
let's do that. Well, maybe we'll get Bill back on the show.
That would be great. I love talking with Bill Munn. He's one of my heroes. I have a man crush on the man. He's just wonderful, wonderful guest. And nobody, bar none, has done any more work with the Patterson Filmling Gim.
Okay,
Patterson,
Bill talked to Robert Maxwell.
Patterson Gimlin Film. Nobody has done more work with the Patterson.
So do we
Gimlin
actually hear Bill say that to
quality
Robert Maxwell? That's my question.
Mm.
And like I said, yeah, maybe.
Oh. Yeah, I think so too, Mick.
And that would be very in Mr. Maxwell's forte to take things out of context.
Yes.
He had Meldrum, he had Bindernagel, he had Haskell Hart saying the Ketchum study was the real deal. Remember that?
Right.
Bullshit. Pardon my French.
Yep.
That's my one curse word I'm allowing myself for tonight.
Yeah, Doc.
Man. So, I guess nobody wants to call in tonight.
I could believe that. I could believe that Bill Munns may have theorized that as part...
Grasshopper, I love that. It's pronounced film.
As part of his documentary that he was making, it's possible to have Bob Hieronymus filmed for a reenactment, but I don't think he's actually said that that's what happened. No. Okay. I don't know. Watch the video when you can, I guess. So, we're going to take one for the team, Bill. I'll watch it to find out for sure. I've been watching some other videos here lately.
I agree. But Reverend Quantum Bigfoot, if you have a Google Voice account, you get a Google Voice account, you can call in for free.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is just ask for a Google Voice account. They give it. And I just put it on Do Not Disturb so it doesn't ring my phone if I have any scam callers. And then when I'm ready to use it, I just click it off of Do Not Disturb and use it. And a Google phone call to another Google phone call is free, I believe. That's true. Yeah, I mean, we gave him the opportunity now. It's been like a week. There we are.
Not going to happen. Yep.
Okay, 302, you're on the air. 302, you're on the air. Hello, 302, you're on the air.
Hello, this is just Kathy Zabrowski calling in to let you know nobody's calling you tonight.
What's
Hi,
that?
Kathy. Good to see
Hello,
you.
Kathy. Good to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just called to say nobody wants to talk to you tonight, and I felt sorry for you. That's the only reason I called.
They're afraid. They're afraid.
Bye.
Bye. They're afraid I bite.
Well, thank you, Kathy. We appreciate you calling in. It was nice talking with you. Is she gone?
Yeah. She said goodbye.
Well, that was a little brief, but yeah, we appreciate it, though.
It's okay.
Thank you.
I know what they're trying to say. No, she's trying to say nobody's calling, and
The tiny one can't take a hint. He doesn't understand. He is small.
Oh, man. Yeah, Boris, that's a good question. Why don't guys like Bob Hieronymus go to Squatch conferences? Why not?
well, put that comment back up.
Okay.
Why don't people like Mike Patterson from Sasquatch, Ontario, go to Bigfoot conferences? Why don't people like, what's the name of that? Isdall, Steve Isdall. Why doesn't he go to Bigfoot conferences?
Yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate that.
But the phone lines do work.
Yeah. Well,
Why doesn't the Squatch Master go to Bigfoot conferences? That's Jeff Patterson.
Well, maybe he's afraid people's going to ask him questions like, "Hey, why were you filming that some dude
The
in blue
same
jeans
reason
shaking
why
a tree?"
Todd Standing won't come on this show, nor apparently Robert Maxwell will come on this show. And it seems like most of our trouble, no offense, Mick, the major hoaxers now are mostly from Canada.
Oh well, I wouldn't.
There's Randy
nail 'em
Brisson.
down to Canada.
There's Randy Brisson. There's Mike Patterson. There's Todd Standing. There is Steve Isdall, who's giving a lot of trouble. I'm not saying he's necessarily a hoaxer, but I mean, the print in the back of his book looks like very squarish and doesn't look like a real deal print unless he copied that off the internet somewhere. We've caught him copying pictures off of other hoaxers, Bigfoot pictures, and posting that on Facebook with this evocative question like he got it, and nobody won't answer posts. Is this yours? And he won't answer. So we have all that.
Did Steve also Isdall also write a book?
He did.
Write a book?
Yep.
Did he not list a photo in that book of a track that he supposedly
Yes.
And it was turned out it wasn't his at all, was it? So I'm not too sure what we can make of that, but it doesn't reek of honesty.
Gary Johnson asks, why does Bigfoot get paranormal with him? I don't know the context of that question necessarily. I have no idea. Ivan Marks, I believe, was originally from Northern California.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna look it up. That's got now. I'm wondering about.
Oh, was he kind of Mick says he was Canadian too, but
Gotta look. Where are you at, Ivan? Are you in? Well, the legend of Bigfoot is in Wikipedia. I don't think he's got his home page.
hang on. Let me check. See what I can find.
No, it's he's not in Wikipedia. Hang on, let me find something. Because that's a good question, and I'm not certain
Okay.
where he's from.
Ivan T. Marks, the controversial Bigfoot filmmaker and self-styled tracker known for his 1970s hoax films like The Legend of Bigfoot, was born in Dayton, Washington in 1922.
Okay.
He grew up in the Pacific Northwest and spent much of his life around Washington and Northern California. Before his Bigfoot fame, he worked as a hunter, guide, and wildlife photographer. Marks claimed to have filmed Bigfoot multiple times, and most of his footage, including the Cripplefoot or Bosberg material, was later found to be staged or fabricated. And he died in 1999 in Bernie, California, which is where he lived for so many years.
Because, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I knew he spent a lot of time in California, but I didn't know if that was where he was originally from or not. A lot of people in California.
No, he was from he lived in Bernie, California for many, many, many years. When he met Biscardi, he was living in Bernie, California, and that's where he stayed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's a little lesson of the night. But Ivan Marks, I am gonna shut the phone line down because we are really almost out of here already.
I like that one, the one with the questions about Ivan Marks, because I had never thought about it. Just one of those things. Where was he from originally? Yeah, I knew he spent a lot of time in California, and he lived in California, but he wasn't originally from there. But most people from California are not from California. They're from somewhere else. They moved to California. I don't know why. That used to be the big thing, especially during the early days of the United States. Right. Let's go to California. That's where
California.
We'll make us a good living out there, out west.
Then there was a time when they were calling Los Angeles, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Anyway.
San Francisco. Gonna go to San Francisco. Boy, how'd that turn out? Yeah. No offense. Just, I don't like any big city. Do not like them. No.
I am just wondering if Rice-A-Roni was really made in San Francisco.
I don't know.
Because they call it the San Francisco treat.
Yes, I remember that.
I'm sorry, rice is not a treat.
Oh, come on, speak for yourself.
Now, a big bottle of liquor, that's a treat. Anyway.
Rice is your friend. It's good stuff. Healthy, too.
Yeah.
Is it that time already?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Hour goes by like, wait.
That's right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate having you on Wednesdays. Thank you guys for joining us. And I don't know if there's any new users in there or not, but I appreciate having all our regulars in. But if you are new, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up on the way out if you hadn't already. And Steve's got a cool link up there. Is that one to the book, or is that to
that
the
one's
subscribe?
To the books? Yep.
Okay. All right. You can check those out with your phone. And if you're catching us on the replay, check it out. But I say this every week and every show just about, because I mean it. You guys are the greatest audience we could ever hope to have, and we're so humbled to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. This is only possible because of you. Thank each and every one of you. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
And guys, I want to thank you again. Like I said, we love our audience. We love you guys. You guys make the show. So glad you're here. If you haven't subscribed, like Chris said, subscribe. If you haven't given us a thumbs up yet, this is the time to do it. One of the things that I'm known for is I've written 7 books. 7. Not 1, not 2, not even 4, 7. And you can visit those books right up there by clicking that QR code on the upper right-hand side. Take a look. And if you're so inclined, buy one. Helps good Bigfoot research. Right.
Oh, you put that up? Oh. Sasquatch Wizard Adirondacks, right here at the end of the show, too. It says Bill Munns was on a phone conference with Cabin in the Woods.
Said maybe Munns Roger did get a costume possibly from Philip Morris. Bill Munns does not state it as fact on the phone.
Big difference.
That's true.
Yeah. Thank you.
But whatever it is, the suit that Hieronymus describes is totally different from the suit that Morris sent him.
Yes,
so.
right. Exactly.
Anyway, guys, we love you. We will see you on Friday night, the end of the week. Until then, everybody be safe, be good, God bless. And of course, you know it. Keep on squatching. See you all Friday night.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member, and it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.